Okay, so hey everyone, I hope you're doing good. I've been trying to record this thing for like several times now, so I hope I get this one right. So we're going to start off with the GBPUSD on the analysis, speculations, and also the trades that I took. I was actually not up around, excuse me, I was not around like the whole of 2 weeks of April, but I just came back to this week that just ended, of the 29th of April to 3rd of May. So let's go through the analysis and see on how or what we are expecting. So from the GBPUSD, I'm seeing the change of character right over here, and price has been ranging, though making a good trade. But as you can see, we had like the weekly change of character here, a nice pullback, and maybe now I'll be expecting price to come down to this weekly POI that was left after the change of character. For me, it's a flip zone. If you've done SMC, then you know what I'm talking about. So let's go over to the daily. My daily range now is between this high and this low. As you can see, it has done a very beautiful pullback like you've seen in the weekly, and right now as it's playing around this area for the recent time where price is and close for the week, I'll be expecting, as you can see from the arrows, I'll be expecting price to actually, you know, dance around that area before it targets the week low, because that is where I'm anticipating price to go to. So let's go to 4 hour and try and explain some few moves that we made and expecting. So yeah, so the 4 hour, we had a change of character because after this break of structure, we are now playing between this high and this low, and as you can see, we have this change of character here, and price has not mitigated back to the demand, as you can see from the arrow. So what I'll be expecting is this change of character happening first, right here, the dotted line. I hope you can see it. I'll be setting the price to, you know, react, break from there, then maybe do the pullback and come down. Tentatively also, I'll be expecting price to actually shoot up so that it can mitigate this news move that happened before I came to the charts, and see on how we can look for sales from this area so that we can mitigate this change of character demand area, or maybe target the weak lower low on the 4 hour. So jumping over now to the 15 minutes, let's first go to the 4 hour low that was there. As you can see, this was a 4 hour change of character, and we also had the 15-minute change of character right over here. So after all this now that happened, I had to tell a story. I had to see on how, or follow the price on how it reacted all over to this side. So after these highs, we came down and broke again, then came down, came up here and came down. Why did we do that? We did that because after this break of structure, there was no pullback actually to this 15-minute. There was no pullback to this 15-minute demand area. So after this pullback that happened there, I actually ignored this area where I would have taken a trade from there. I actually ignored it, and I just had, you know, like to let it go like that. But later on, after I noticed that there was the change of character on the 15 minutes, I realized that, okay, so since after this break of structure, then we had the pullback to this extreme demand area, then now we could be seeing a deeper pullback to maybe target that weak high. So that's when now I came up to the charts, noticed the change of character, marked it up, and when price now was playing around that area, I now took the trade. I took the trade to this area now, and I was expecting price to go up, which it actually did, although price did come back after this change of character. It came down and mitigated that area. So I was lucky that even despite this liquidity, we didn't have any touch. So even with this lucky trade that I had, despite the confluences being met, I was still expecting price to come down there. So after it came down there, I actually ignored this other trade because I used trading view for my analysis. So I took this imaginary trade. Let me try and draw it up real quick. I took this imaginary trade from there to here. Why? Because this was the high and I was expecting price to at least go up, but I didn't take that trade, so I let it fly, and you know sorry, it made me, you know, regret for not taking it. But I'm trying to build my guts and my self-esteem so that next time I get to take that move. So after that, now price came down, and I noticed that after that price came down, it made the change of character right over here. And after that change of character, I saw the pullback and I was induced to take a sell right over there, of which, as you can see, it did a loss. Why? Because I wasn't actually focusing on the bigger picture that I was expecting, that is on the 4 hour, where price was expected to still mitigate do a deeper pullback to the upside. So yeah, so that's technically it, what I'll be expecting, what I did on the GBPUSD. We still have this liquidity line that was built during last week, so I'll be expecting price to actually come down there, as you can see from these arrows. For the way now price is acting, is maybe also we could be expecting price to come and touch this 15-minute POI and, you know, do a last deeper pullback before it comes down. But let us wait and see, and also have an open mind to, you know, check out and find out maybe if it will come to our direction. So yeah, so that is what I'll be expecting on the GBPUSD. So on the EURUSD, same thing happened. Let's first off start with the weekly time frame. Okay, so after this low right over here, we did the change of character, and after the change of character, price has been ranging, though also it has been doing very good moves of a trend, an uptrend. But as you can see, we have another choke. That change of character happened on the daily, and also it is the same on the weekly. So I'll be expecting price to also come down to this demand area that was left unmitigated. So that is what I'll be expecting on the weekly. The daily, as you can see, we are playing around this high and this low, and yes, we are also bearish on the daily. On the bigger picture, we are also bearish on the daily. So after the daily change of character right over here, as you can see, after this change of character, we did a very good uptrend to the pullback that was actually a very good pullback. Then we have another daily change of character. So why am I saying price will move up? I actually have faith that price will still buy to the extremes for the EURUSD and GBPUSD because they move together. And another confluence is that after this change of character on the daily, I think the bearish change of character, something like that, for the SMC students, I think you know what I mean. We had a break, then we had a pullback, but it was not extreme to this. It was not extreme to this POI, as you can see, the one that I've drawn right over there. So yeah, so we have been building liquidity, as you can see. When price came up, pullback, but not that deep, then went down, then again pulled back, but it didn't actually touch that extreme, then went down. So all this right over here could be inducement for all those that were selling, and now they're looking to come and see to take them out. So yes, so let us just wait to see, let's wait and see how price will be or happen to move next week. So let's go over to the 4 hour. So after that change, after the break of structure on the 4 hour, my blue structure range color is blue, the blue line, sorry. And after this change of character right over here, as you can see, we also have another deeper pullback happening on the 4 hour. So yes, so after that 4 hour, we are seeing that after this minor break of structure, price was actually shot up to maybe complete that deeper pullback on the 4 hours. So right now, as it's coming down maybe to mitigate one of the areas that we're going to see maybe on the 15 minutes, because on the 4 hour I don't think if we'll be expecting any change of character of some sort, because price actually shot up so much. So let me just put in the 4 hour chart. So that's why I'll be expecting my 4 hour change of character to happen. I'll delete that later, but you get what I mean. So if price comes and breaks through there and does a pullback, then I'll be looking to take any shots available from here and now ride the price down to this week low. But before that happens, I'll be expecting price, okay, let me just leave this one there. I'll be expecting price to shoot up more like that, okay, before maybe getting a deeper high move, then a change of character right there, maybe a pullback, and ride it again to the downside. So that is what I'd be expecting on the EURUSD. But let us now look at the 15 minutes, see on maybe if there were any areas that we could be looking at. So yeah, so now this is our 4 hour, this is my 4 hour change of character right over here. It did the mitigation, and now we continue with the uptrend. As you can see, let me try and draw it well so that we can move faster. So yeah, so after the break of structure again, we made another high, then break of structure, then made another high right here, then now we broke to the low, then did the pullback, then now we went lower again. So after that low we were playing between this range and this range. That's when now I was very active on the trade, and I actually noticed that after you were playing between this range and this range, and after that I noticed that after this change of character, price came and danced around this demand area. That's when I had the guts to take the trade, which I felt after this, I think there was news here. After this news happening, price could obviously come and mitigate this area. So yeah, so after this demand area, now when price came down, I took the trade, and as you can see, it played out very well on a 4 hour positive trade. Although I was still expecting this one to be liquidity, but I wasn't expecting price to come there quickly. So after this trade, I left myself open to see maybe the next move that I'll get. So I had not traded again on the EURUSD after that trade, but if you ask me now about the next move of the EURUSD, I'll be very honest to tell you that I'm not sure, because after the NFP we could be expecting a little bit of downside moves so that we can mitigate some areas. But before that happens, we want to see, because I normally trade during the New York session and the Frankfurt session. Sorry, the Frankfurt, London, and the New York session. That's how I look at my trades. So let's just have the bigger picture for now. Okay, that is the 4 hour. Like I said, we should be expecting price to at least come down and mitigate that 4 hour change of character right there. But also let's have an open mind and see how the sessions, the 2-3 sessions, will react, or rather maybe give us some few signals to see if we can have some few trades. So yeah, so last week I just took 3 trades, 2 were profit, and 1 was a loss, as you can see from the GBPUSD. So yeah, so that is what I'll be expecting. My advice for this week is, I just want to say that kindly guys, let us try and mitigate our risks, because this thing is not easy. You need to be very patient, and the minute you make your move or decide to make your move, make sure your confluences are met. Make sure your confluences are met. As you can see, I hesitated on some areas where I could have traded from, say for example, from this demand area. When I took this trade, I would have openly see that truly after this marking of this demand area, when price came down, I would have just taken this trade. Imagine, that would have been a very, very nice trade. That would have been another nice trade. But you see, I hesitated because I wasn't sure on how the trade could be. With this liquidity happening the way I've drawn it down here, maybe price could have come down. But also we need to also accept a loss. Okay, yes, you could have everything, all the confluences met, but if there is a loss, then it is a kind loss. It is an open loss. You need to accept that loss. Once you've taken a trade, you need to accept the loss, but also have the hopes to get into profit or price reaching your TP. So I don't have much to say. That will be all for now. I hope you guys have a nice week, and yeah, I hope you took some value from that. See you next weekend. Bye.